want to start off by saying I'm not sorry about anything I say tonight. If you are offended by things I say, grow up. I'm going to just exclude the Dutch just for 1 sec because I already know your answer, but has anyone here ever been pissed on? Boy, do I have a story to tell you. Recently, I was in France, and I like the way the faces of my friends are changing because they've only heard some of this story. They haven't heard the best bit yet. But I was over in France, and of course, being myself, I decided to have 10 pictures. 2 of which were self-measured Scotch pictures, so I could see through time. And I approached, not in a fucking assaulty way, but I approached a young woman who, clearly blind from her own drunkenness, decided him. And one thing led to another. I was fingering her behind the stage. And I'm talking fucking playing bass on her ribs, slapping, popping, fucking, don't know what's what. Tears, don't know if they're joy, fear, dialing the guards in her pocket and everything. Or whatever, the Jean Van, whatever they are, the shit out of you. And halfway through this terrific endeavour, she decides to tell me, I have to take a piss. And now, obviously, when you get comedians come up and they tell a story, they're always like, oh yeah, I'm going to just tell a story. They could go to the shop and trip a bit, and they say this whole story, like, I got hit by a car, and they do it up because they're comedians. And obviously I was, you know, feeding a very hungry pony at that stage. Looking hay everywhere, the usual, sand. And obviously, because this is a true story, I retreated and put my hand back in, and she pissed all over my hand. I'm not sad about it. If she had said to me, may I piss on your fingers? I'd say, no. Why did you think that was alright, you fucking maniac? But she did anyway, and that was that. Quite thirsty up here, it's a shame it's dried in. But of course, obviously I wouldn't really, you know, if there's piss on my hand, I wouldn't drink it off my hand, that's sick. I'd have her just do it directly in, because you get the heat, you get everything, it's perfect. Well, that's the great thing actually about being a comedian, because this guy's fucking loving it. There's a nightmare for you, you can take that one home. But I love that, if I just go up onto this thing here, I'm just above everyone else, I can say anything, I can be racist, homophobic, I give people blood. Oh no, hang on. No, that's church actually. I always mix them up. But, I have a great story about when I was a wee lad. And again, this is true. I never tell lies up here because what's the fucking point? What's funny about lies? Because then when someone comes off stage and you ask, oh, did that really happen? They go, no, that was all my material. They're like, oh, you're fucking 80% less interesting now. But now, the reason I know this is true and the way you should believe me is because my mum is religious, unfortunately. And if she tells me this story, I know it's true, for a fact. But at age 1, my mum was pushing me in a pram, as mothers do. And the local priest comes over and decides to go, and who's this young man here? And the first words, at age 1, that came out of my mouth were, fuck off! No lie, at age 1, I wear this as a badge of honour. I told a priest to fuck off to his face. And I'm the happiest in the world knowing that. Because he couldn't do anything about it. He was like, oh, you're too young to fuck. Can't go out, there's people around and have to show good faith and there's a cracker every week. Typical priest shit. And of course I grew up with that little memory implant which then aided me to become the successful businessman I am today. Hey! Which of course is a man standing on stage talking to a bunch of fucking drunk Irish people and 4 Dutch people who are looking at me as if like, we paid money for this. Waste of money. Some really interesting shit happened over in France. I realised that when you get a baguette or something in Tesco, you're essentially getting a fucking rejected second year's woodwork project. This fucking handed to you, his name engraved in a really bad borrowed on hash leaf on the side of it. Because he's cool, because his brother told him to draw it. And since I've come back and I've had baguettes, I've been thinking these are fucking weapons. You can actually break a wall down with one of these fucking things. Over in France, they like, take so long to make it, and they fucking give it to you, bowing, almost ashamed to look at you because you're so fucking worthy of having their lump of bread that they fucking made for you. And you eat it and you're like, this is fantastic. But then you talk to them and you realise, geez, you're all ignorant fucking cunts over here. Why are you not speaking English? Or no, why are you speaking English, boy? I lost myself in my own accent. I went up to the counter at this festival I was at. I said, oh yeah, can I get a pint of Magners, which is disgusting. It's Bulmers, don't get it fucking wrong. I said, can I have a pint of Magners? He's like, Magners, I came up to you 10 minutes ago, you're speaking fucking fluent English, I don't know what you're doing now. He's like, who's this? Oh, fucking hell, live fucking Magners. Ah, I see now. You've adapted to me, rather than I to you. Enjoy your stay. Fuck you. I did see probably the biggest piece of shit. Now, you have a fucking tremendous beard, I'm just gonna tell you now. Keep it well groomed, it'll be dipped in an arse someday soon, no worry. But this guy, he was a big bearded fucker. Not like you, you're cool. Don't fucking know, you're probably shite. But he was the drunkest person I've ever seen. A fucking shambles of a person, really. And he's walking around staggering, and they have these kind of troughs, as if you were a pig. But listen to them, as if you were a pig. And this guy was so pissed, as if he was trying to show off, like, you have no idea how metal I am compared to you. Splashing it in his face. And just like, oh, fucking cool I am. And he tried to show his arse to everyone. We're just like, is this what France has to offer? Drunk, heinous, good bald. No, bad bald, you're good bald. So just imagine your beard and your head. But this person is a cunt. Because I like you too, because you're looking at me and smiling rather than going. Right? But why on earth? Well, I've been trying to process this, and that's what I do. When I think of drunken people, I try to process their mentality. Another Dublin rape. Keep it down. I don't have the ability to just drag them into an alley where it's quiet. No, we have to get in the streets and into a comedy gigs with Z-listers. Well, one Z-lister, and that's great. But you hear the smugness, that's all that matters. When people do fucked up shit when they're drunk, I just think to myself, why? What has actually gone through your head? And with this guy, I'm just thinking, you have to go home and look your fucking family in the eye. How was the festival? Did you get to see all your favourite bands? Yeah, and I splashed urinal cakes in my face. Pretty much puked everywhere, was falling around. Oh, my part of this story, it all comes back to this trough, which is basically his weekend he spent there. It's the best band I've ever seen. Looking at shit floating in the fucking thing. But he eventually collapsed when he smashed his head off the side of it. Now, if anyone here had done that, except him, I would have ran to their aid instantly. But this guy was such a piece of shit. I thought, what's the fucking point? I waste my time helping him if all he's going to do is literally rub piss all over his face. And like I said earlier on, these are true stories. I saw this gentleman, which I so haphazardly say because he's a fucking piece of shit. But that's not even the worst. This is by far my favourite drunken story of all time. Now, I know a few of my friends have seen me before, they know I kind of tell drunken stories, but this is my favourite one ever. Now, I name my shows now and then. This one's called The Wake of a Cat, which is a cat has died and you're at his wake. You know, you bring litter, whatever. This involves a dead cat. And the worst part of this story is I tried to use it as a pickle. So I'm in a bar, well it's not a bar, it's a shit pub, but more or less the same thing. And it's only halfway through telling the story I realised that this girl has a massive love for animals. Which obviously as soon as the words came out of my mouth I was like, she's not going to like this. She's clearly already recoiling. But it's too fucking funny not to tell this story. I don't care if I get nothing out of it. She needs to hear this. And the story basically goes, my brother's friend, again true story, was so pissed one night when he was walking home with 2 girls to his apartment. He stumbled upon a very dead cat. I mean very, like practically your fucking bloated pillow dead. Bring that image home and try fuck your partners, it won't work. So he decided, right, this cat is alive. And drunkenly picked it up by the tail and head, goes, get up, come on, get up. And this fucking bag of jelly is just wobbling about. The 2 girls are screaming in fear. I just stop picking up a fucking dead cat. And he's like, it's great. So he eventually leaves it down and they're just looking at him like, what kind of person are you? He's like, are you going to sleep with me tonight? No. Fuck off. They eventually get back to the apartment and his room is on the other side of the apartment. The only way he can get out is by coming into that sitting room, which they stayed in for the entire night. Guys, jeez, we've been up all night. Let's go in and wake him up and see what the story is. It's like fucking 9 o'clock. They open his door. He has 2 double beds, both of them stripped of their sheets, both of them stripped of their mattress. He is lying in the middle of it with his bollock naked, I forgot to add, bollock naked, like I'm talking hairy, fucking disappointed father naked. And he's lying there with his feet in the arms of his jacket, in a puddle of piss, with a dead cat lying next to him. And to this day, not one person, not even him, knows how the fuck he managed to do that. The only logic behind it is that he fucking snuck out the window and thought, I remember him, I'm not leaving him behind. And he's fucking dragging him along because he's obviously too pissed, doesn't have the strength, so this is like, you know, catching on shit and fucking leaving bits of him behind. He's there. I like to imagine that this took at least 3.5 hours. Like, he's only been asleep 20 minutes. Like, I like to think that this took a long time. Like, he's looking up at his window trying to fucking hurl up. He's there fucking catching on fucking window plants, dragging them down. Fucking neighbours looking out, fucking too scared to call the guards. But they know if the guards show up, they're just like, oh, fucking hell, this cat's nuts, swinging a cat around the place. He's there fucking in pieces. And I like to think eventually it just bounced off his window, you know, eye flying across the road into some fucking cereal bowl the next morning. And that eventually he spent like an hour climbing up, vomiting down himself, and eventually got in and decided, right, I need to make this acceptable for cat standards. So yanking sheets off beds, flipping mattresses, you know, doing this nude. That's true respect. So as your man said about the leggings earlier, probably with his pants and, you know, just a big fucking half boner. Because he's not sure if he's liking what he's doing or not. He's just like, it is a girl cat. But no, stop. Eventually, you know, for 45 minutes of this, pants out the window, long gone, street clean, I fucking got it. And he just decides, right, I need to wear my jumper on my fucking legs. So again, more arts and crafts for everyone. And then he decided, right, I'm comfortable, I'm in the middle of the bed, this is where I belong for the night. I best piss. And just, again, half boner, so it's like kind of really impressively knocking shit off tables. Up onto his own face, just like, it's warm at least. And then going, oh, I forgot about you. And I like to imagine he's reaching down. Okay, let's do this. And that's when everyone walked in. I like to think that's the only logic I can make of this. And I've spent weeks bothering how. And I'm proud to say I have no fucking idea. And I hope you enjoyed that. So, have a great night.
Kevin Shields, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to have another quick break, 5 minutes, see you back here in 5 minutes, have a smoke.